Hi everyone! So I'm going out later tonight for a Christmas do, but I thought I would address an issue that's come up quite a lot this week with my clients, and that's how to limit the damage over the festive period. So if you want to find out my top tips to stay on track this Christmas, keep watching. Okay, so my first tip is to make sure that you have a good breakfast. I know you've probably heard this so many times and it gets a bit boring with it over and over again, but I cannot stress enough how important breakfast is. I really recommend getting some protein in there. It will help you feel fuller for longer, especially if you're going out shopping or you're going to see family and you're traveling and here, there and everywhere, which is what we do over Christmas. Then definitely eat breakfast and get some protein in. My favourite go-to breakfasts at the moment are protein oats, so that's really easy. Put some protein powder in with some oats and that's a really quick, easy breakfast. I often take that to work with me. Sometimes I'm making protein pancakes at the moment, which are amazing, so if you haven't had them then do make them. I actually have posted a recipe on my Instagram not long ago, so feel free to go and check that out. Or eggs on toast, something like that. If you're at home and you have some time, then that's a really great option too. Okay, tip 2 is to make sure that you stay active over Christmas. Now, if you're a gym goer or you usually go to classes, but you feel like your routine might be effective over the festive period, having friends and family over, then don't worry. There's loads and loads of other ways that you can keep the activity levels up. So you could just go for a run if you don't have time to get to the gym, a nice power walk with your friends or your family. You could take the kids to the park and do some activities there, take the kids swimming. So whatever it is, you can get activities in. I would say if you can, make sure you stick to your gym routine, even if you're moving the times, then that's a really great idea, just because you don't want to fall out of routine too much, because that only makes it harder when you get back into routine in the new year. Tip 3 is to ditch the festive lattes. Now, I'm not a massive kind of coffee drinker from shops like Costa and Starbucks. I don't go for the festive drinks anyway, really mainly because I know how many calories are in them. Now, I'm a big believer of balance. So, you know, having one kind of as a treat is absolutely fine. It is Christmas after all, but these drinks like the gingerbread lattes and all of that jazz can be really calorie loaded, so just be careful. Make sure that you're not having one kind of every day, because an extra 350 to 400 calories every day will cause you to pile on some weight. So watch those drinks and just be careful. That leads me nicely to tip 4, stay hydrated. Now, it can be so difficult to make sure that you're drinking enough water when you're not in routine and you're out and about shopping or with family and friends. Trust me, I have to wee about 100 times a day because I drink so much water. I personally drink between 3 to 4 litres a day, so I know how hard it can be to get that in when you're out and about. But what I do is every time I leave the house, I make sure I have a 2-litre bottle of water with me, just so I can make sure I sip it throughout the day and finish it by the time I go to bed. This can also really help if you're craving certain foods, you want to reach for the biscuit tin. Often we're thirsty and we're not hungry, so there's a tip for you, so give it a try. Okay, so tip 5 is to never go to a party hungry. Eat before you go. There's so much temptation. If you go to a party, you will probably end up eating everything if you are even the slightest bit hungry. It's like going food shopping if you've not eaten. Just don't do it. It doesn't end well. So I would always have a light meal before you go, and then you'll be less tempted to pick all the naughty foods at the party. So tip 7 is to rethink your drink. Now, alcohol is loaded with calories. It is highly calorific, so I would suggest that you rethink your drink. The lowest calorie drinks to go for, I would go for clear spirits, so vodka, soda, gin and slim, something like that. But yeah, make better choices when drinking alcohol. Okay, tip 7 is to eat more protein. Protein keeps you fuller for longer. It helps stabilise your blood sugar levels. So I really recommend getting enough protein into your diet. I do recommend, depending on your goals, roughly about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if someone weighed 130 pounds, they'd aim for roughly 130 grams of protein per day. Now, throughout the festive period, there are snacks that are more protein heavy than others. So you could stick to things like the cheeses or the cold meats, nuts, things like that. So just make sure that you're getting enough protein into your diet. And my final tip is all about portion control. I said it once, I'll say it again, I'm all about balance, and it is Christmas, so we are going to indulge more than we would at other times of the year. But saying that, I would suggest that if you are going to have something like a biscuit or something else that's slightly naughtier, then I would recommend having a small portion or one biscuit rather than eating the whole pack. Also, if you do have a little bit of these foods, it will probably help kill your cravings. You're not restricting yourself, because I don't think that's good at any point of the year. I hope you've enjoyed my fit tips to stay on track over Christmas. If you have, please give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my fit tips again, and I will see you all in the next video.